40 chess. Yeah. 40 chess. 40 chess. Let's get it.
Yo, is that T-Dog?
40 chess. 40 chess. Hey. 40 chess. This a trade show. Patreon where the trades go. Tap in and watch. That's what you came for. Ain't gotta say my name. They know my name, bro.
What's good, man?
We got McNutted in ATM. Always start off the show with a trade from them. You should always make sure that your trade is in Patreon. Why not be a Patreon? Know you wish you could spend every day with them. Tap in and say what you gonna say with them. South Harmon can fill up a stadium. Next time you log in, make sure that you bring a friend. We about to kick off, let the day begin. Go follow the socials. 40 Chess FF is posted. If your trade is an F, you get roasted. Go like and subscribe for the crew. Apple, Spotify, and the YouTube. You know Cooper got the walk too. Let us give you a walkthrough. 40 Chess. This is 40 Chess. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Welcome in to the Dynasty Trade Show. We are ready to rock. Adam.
Bam.
I feel still hungover from Fizzle Friday.
I was going to say, I woke up. Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. Luckily, I have a green edition, but.
You and that Red Bull.
Dude, listen, I woke up a little bit foggy, you know? Like,
a little bit of brain fog.
All right, we're ready. You know, we're ready.
Though. It's trades. It's fucking crazy. We got college football playoff, another game starting here in about an hour, a little under an hour. NFL game right after. Scheduling. You guys fucking suck at this. You guys are fucking terrible. I don't get it at all. 2 NFL games today. We got one in the afternoon as well. NFL, get your head out of your ass.
Let's call it what it is. We're out here hungover, trying to set lineups and run a trade show. All right, come on.
This is fucking ridiculous.
It's asking a lot of us here, you know? Come on.
Do better, man. And it's like right before Christmas. I know a lot of people are probably doing some like family Christmas stuff this weekend.
100%. You know, there's people traveling right now, like looking in their phone, like, come on, what am I doing here with these lineups, you know?
This is fucking bullshit. NFL, you fucked up.
You know what's crazy? Is
let college have this one.
You know what always happens? The only person that fucks up is the people that try to schedule opposite the NFL. It's the way it damn goes, man. Because they rule the ropes.
The college football schedule, right? We got a college football first round playoff game, SMU and Penn State. People want to watch that one. How about a Division 1 AA, whatever they call it now, FCS?
FCS, yep.
The Battle of Dakotas.
Let's
North
go.
Dakota, South Dakota.
North Dakota, South Dakota. The rivalry that always was.
You got South Dakota versus Montana State also.
Dude, Montana State Bobcats, baby. Let's go.
A lot of that. I guess you could consider it the Northwest, the great.
Northwest carries a long way, you know.
Dakota and Montana is about the same thing. No offense to either one of them. It's a lot of flat, nothing.
You guys are lucky to be anything but the Northwest, you know.
3:00 my time, Clemson, Texas. That'll be a good one to watch. And then tonight on ABC, the Ohio State versus Tennessee. Adam.
What do you think? I had a dream.
Tennessee beats the shit out of him. And then Ryan Day gets fired and Jeremiah Smith doesn't get wasted.
I don't want to come out here as MLK, but I had a dream that Ohio State lost, and it was great. So we got rid of his ass.
It was great. It was great. All right, buddy. It is a trade show, though. Let's get into some trades.
You want to talk trades?
Final Four weekend for us. Final Four weekend for us fantasy nerds.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's see, Mike. You saw the thumbnail. Christmas gifts? Or did some other people give away some Christmas gifts? Somebody typically is doing the gifting. Let's start with you, though. All right, listen, this is a last minute pivot. Let's talk about this trade you got sent to you. Nice, and I know you love this part. Double cheeked up, both cheeks just sitting there looking at you from the bed, you know, ready to go. Derek Carr, Dak Prescott, and a third you receive for Keenan Allen, Cooper Rush, Sam Darnold, and 80 of How many fab dollars?
80 of them fab dollars.
How many was the budget?
I'm pretty sure it's 100.
Okay.
It's on the spot.
So probably every little penny you got left.
Everything I have left.
And the cans of Allen, Cooper Rush, and Darnold at this point. Trash cans, right?
It is what it is at this point, ain't it? Right? I think this team got knocked out last week, so I'm like, we're good.
I look at this deal and it's like, there's a lot of gross in this deal. But it's a Christmas gift. I still think. Next year.
Let's talk about it from a contender standpoint, though, from B Hall. If you're in it in the Final Four in a best ball league like this.
Sorry, Dak.
You doing this?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dak. Sorry, Derek.
Let me ask. The best question, though, is would you do it? Because I know how much you, in your propensity to hate one Samuel Darnold.
It's tough, but yeah. It's tough, but yeah.
Hey, the Harry Snowman's just checking in, man.
Just checking in. Hi.
Appreciate you, Harry Snowman.
Hope you have a great weekend. Taking off cruising for a week in the Caribbean. Well, fuck you too.
Jesus Sanchez.
Sounds much better.
After a great debut last week on the show. What's going on, everyone? Mike, would you take it on your side, though, Sam Darnold? Sorry.
I think I have to. If you're in the Final Four here, it's gross. It's disgusting. Best ball league, though, you do it. You just do it.
Oh, I meant to ask, too. What's the league settings on this? Oh, it says up top. You just can't see it here. Let me drag it down. PPR, best ball. All right.
Yep. You got it. Shit 4.
Shit 4? Okay.
Shit 4.
I'll be honest. I kind of like this deal for both sides.
2 QB league, too. Not just a super flex.
Yeah, 2 quarterback. I think you kind of have to do this if nothing else is out there for Dak. Really.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, as much as you don't want to.
But in the Final Four, like, fuck it.
As much as you don't want to, Mike, don't you kind of have to?
Yeah.
You can't roll out there with Dak and Carr in best ball, dude. No.
From my side, it's easy for me. Like, what's Cooper Rush? I'm not a big Sam Darnold believer, but even if you were, whatever. I go to Dak in 2025, right? Like, pretty easily.
Honestly, I think I was going to say, did you finagle? This was just sent to you, right? So, I mean, I think the third is unwarranted, personally. Like, I feel like Dak in this deal is a pretty good win.
We had a couple counters.
There is Keenan. Keenan's value maybe gets the third out of it. I don't know. I just feel like even coming off the injury, Dak over Darnold. Just because there's still uncertainty. Even if you believe in Darnold in this Minnesota thing, he's going to get re-signed there, whatever. Like, you're still taking on risk, even if you think that.
So that's how it happened. Yeah, B Hall initially offered Dak in the third for Darnold and Keenan Allen. I said,
wait, he offered what?
Dak in the third.
Oh, okay. For Darnold and Keenan.
Yep. And I said back,
I want Carr for Rush.
Dak Carr in the third for Keenan Allen and Darnold.
Honestly.
And then it settled on, I need your $80 in fab, and Cooper Rush.
The $80, let's not overlook the 80 in fab, honestly. Like,
for a contender. For me,
no, you got 2 weeks. But the reason I want to talk about it, 2 weeks now, that possibly makes you have the hammer in a contender situation, right? So, like, you can drive any player that's on the waiver wire home. The problem is, though, when did this trade happen? Do you remember? Like, was it before the waiver wire run this week or no?
4 days ago.
So it might that would have been Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, it was Tuesday, right before the waiver wire run. Okay.
Tuesday.
So you got 2 weeks out of that $80. I like it a lot more then. So, I mean, I think it's a good deal for both sides. I think you definitely get a gift though in Dak. I also think like you get a gift to get rid of Dak and Derek Carr. Like, dude, Derek Carr, does anyone gonna want him this offseason? Probably not.
You know what I want him on? My contending best ball teams.
Best ball teams, because he has
fifth quarterback.
As long as he has a job, as long as he keeps that job, we are A-okay.
Or gets a job somewhere else.
There you go.
Even for half a season.
Speaking of a job, Blitz pulled the rest of the trades. What's up, Blitz? He's out there. This was on here twice, but not any longer. Mike, let me ask you, how big of a gift did I give in the OG Shit League?
Well, You're just trying to lock it down, aren't you? Like you're trying to go, I got this.
Yeah.
This is mine.
I am. So for the record, this is a best ball start 13. It's a half PPR tight end premium. It's a tiered PPR format, meaning the longer the catch is, the more points you get for each reception. I'll call it standard McNutted scoring. I like that.
Standard McNutted scoring.
All right, Garrett Wilson, 27 first, 27 second, Mike, is what I send away. Those are those are my last remaining first now. I get back DTR, which honestly, I think here's what's funny about this trade. Mr. Wonderful outbids me by 15 on DTR.
He was a cock.
Yeah, I mean, I'd already I just put the chamber in there. I think I had 55 left. So,
Send.
I think he thought that DTR was going to mean more to me in this trade than it actually did. But at the same point, yeah, I'll take DTR still. I did bid on him, but he's not necessarily driving too much of this trade. He sent it to me as Chase and DTR for the package. I said, kick in Strange. I need some Strange. I need some Strange for the holidays,
We all want some Strange for the holidays.
So Mike, that was the part. He even goes I want to finagle with you so fucking hard, but here's the offer. Here's Strange. I'll kick in some Strange.
Strange. All the Strange.
The one thing is, Mike, I only have Noah Fan as a warm body on my tight ends. That's literally the only glaring thing that's wrong with my team. So go ahead.
Your tight ends are.
I went A-Warp tight end in a fucking best ball.
By A-Warp tight end, it's even worse than that. It's no warp tight end.
It's a singular A-Warp tight end, not tight ends. There's one that's been terrible. A-Warp.
Yeah,
it's been rough. But what do you think of this deal? Honestly, both sides.
Well, on the surface, it feels like a lot to pay for essentially just Chase. It really does. Even though the first is so far down the road, but you got a juggernaut squad, and the absolute worst thing that would happen to you is for you to not win a championship again this year with this, right?
Yeah.
You need to maximize every little bit of this window. Not saying you're going to fall off anytime soon, in the next year or two, but if you don't win a championship, it's a fucking failure, right? It's a disappointment.
Yeah, you'd be
mad.
This is the real dream team,
you ate shit for fucking 2 years, 2.5 years.
Buddy, I mean,
3 years, whatever.
I never lived this. I never lived down losing this league, right? I won it last year. I think I have a window where I really do need to win the next couple. To your point, I think I have young enough assets on this team to where it could be fine even after that. But these next couple years you got to make sure you win it. I will say this though, the one thing about it is it's a little bit more than that. Where I think if you're Mr. Wonderful, it's 100% the correct process play, and you're trying to just see if you can get some chinks in the armor, right? You're trying to see if you can just take your shots at getting some chinks in the armor. He now, I believe, has 520. If you look at it from his side, he has 525 first. I think he has 226s, and this probably gives him 227s, right? So that may or may not sound like a lot to you in a team that's clearly rebuilding, but I can guarantee you, Mike, with the way that I kind of bent the league over with draft picks, and I'd almost guarantee he's the only one that has leverage in draft class now. So that's actually something big to note, where not that many people are going to have, I even think, probably 3 firsts in a class out there, just because of the way that the distribution of picks has gone.
There's this is what's kind of funny about this league. It is literally so top heavy, but top heavy to one team.
Yeah.
That everybody else is really in kind of the same boat. This is the league you and I have talked about a lot, just over I threw this fucking team back into the dispersal, my team. And it is clearly the second best team in the entire league, and I don't want to be. I did everything in my power. I haven't made any moves, Adam, to not be a contender. I don't want to be a fucking contender. I don't. I'm keeping injured dudes on IR that I should have traded away fucking weeks ago. This is how top heavy it is. So when I say for you, you gotta, you gotta. And if you're Mr. Wonderful, you got to do whatever the hell you can to get leverage wherever it is in the next 2-3 years in this league.
Yeah.
It's going to be like you got to pick out your window, because otherwise it's just going to be a bunch of mid teams just keep, sucking Adam's hind tit.
Well, so it's funny because pause. It's funny because like if you think about it, right? This was the first league you and I did together, right? And it's the original shit league. So we started in 2021, and everybody typically wants to go win a league. And this one, I absolutely started with the mindset of like, I'm going to show you what a real nuclear rebuild looks like. To be honest, I just wanted to make the process known that you can completely strip something down to literally its core. There's nothing left. There's no value other than picks. And show that it can work. When I did that, I didn't think that it was going to turn into this. I'll be blunt. However, it really does make sense though, because what happened? A monopoly was created where only one team had all the picks and one team had all the direction that way. So it got flipped on its head now. And again, one team has. I use that leverage to a perfect T. Like there's just no better way to leverage everything the way that it went down. So it's created now a fucked up situation where nobody really knows what their future is. So to the point of Mr. Wonderful, I think he really did a great job because I didn't necessarily have to give this up. The reason I do is to your point, and I'll just say the last thing. The reason I also am comfortable tearing up, Mike, it's very rare for me to have teams in best ball where we're starting 13 players where I'm like, you know what, I can afford an up tier. I can afford an up tier, right? Yeah. Like, so here's my roster. This is partly to flex, but it's more so to just give you context to understand the trade. Josh Allen, Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, Devon Achane, Cooper Kupp, Alvin Kamara, who's probably dead, Pacheco, Kirk Cousins, also dead, Anthony Richardson, Mason Rudolph, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, Rashad White, Aaron Jones, Chuba Hubbard, David Montgomery, dead, James Conner, Jerome Ford, Tank Bigsby, Patrick Taylor, Khalil Herbert, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers, Jaden Reed, Tyler Lockett. So, like, if you think about that, right, you brought up the point, there would need to be a lot to go wrong for me to really screw this up. However, how many times do you really get the chance to go get a Jamar Chase on top of having all those goons? That's kind of why I do the trade. It is heavy. It's like it goes against a lot of the principles you and I talk about, which is why I wanted to run through that. Like, I don't do this on a lot of best ball leagues, Mike. I wouldn't go tier up with a first and a second to go get Chase. This is kind of a rare scenario, so I wanted to at least highlight that. I think Strange also, with literally only Noah Fant as my tight end. I say what you want, but it's a body for 2 weeks. I'll take it.
It is, and it's Strange. And we're all chasing Strange.
And I need some Strange for Christmas, baby. That's all I want for the holidays,
That's right.
I think Mr. Wonderful probably got a gift there, to be honest, though. What do you think?
Yeah, like he did the absolute best thing that he could do. Yeah. And even me in the Final Four, Adam, if you wanted, Justin Jefferson off my squad for that, even as a contender, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it, buddy.
Yep.
You take Garrett Wilson and your 27th first, you can have some DTR or whatever the fuck else.
This ended up being another thing, like having all those running backs that I listed, Mike, and then this being a running back year, like holy fucking shit, dude. Like nobody saw that coming, by the way. Jen says, "What's up? What's up, boys? Been absent for a while, but I got a fun one for you. I caused a complete mayhem in my league. Traded Monty, 25 late first, and a second for Bijan. Huge win. Monty feels like a piece that you just kind of have to dine on right now. Like actually getting value out of him is a huge win for you. I would agree.
Your trade was that bad for the manager who decided that an injured David Montgomery
gets me off of possibly the best running back in the league.
Is going to get me off of Bijan in the fucking playoffs. Yeah.
Jesus.
It is bad. It's not like you traded Monty for Bijan straight up where it's, listen, I'm team no veto. You know what I mean? Like
until that happens, then
I mean, people are allowed to make fucking bad trades unless it's just outright collusion.
Unless it's like there's what are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. where they trade their whole roster away for like $5 in fab, like that kind of bullshit. But bad trades are allowed. Team no veto.
They're not
I'd
recommended.
be pissed if I was in your league too, but it's also you take your medicine and you go, motherfucker, I wish I would have traded some injured shitter.
But honestly though, like as bad as it is, I know there's a lot of people even still that are like, listen, I'm gonna get off the running back at peak value. You could argue that they got out of it for that, but like if you took a late first and a second for a lot of running backs out there, it's not that crazy. And then you throw in David Montgomery as another body. I mean, this one, to your point, it's not collusionist. It's just victorious for Jen.
Victorious.
All right,
Victoria.
Mike. Speaking of that, that's a big gift. Now, is this a gift? MLF truther, Mike. I like to think of this as MILF truther. All right, that's the way I always do this because you can't be an MLF truther. All right, I won't allow it. I won't stand for it.
Well, it's a good thing it's MFL, so we're good.
I know.
So even that is wrong. I'm going with MILF.
LF. Mike, Josh Jacobs and Joe Burrow, or Kenneth Walker, Kyler Murray, and insert the Penix. Kick in the third too. FF Game of Thrones, lineup start 10, full tight end premium in a PPR league. What side do you want here?
Oh, man. This is a little bit tougher now.
This is tough.
Like Kenneth Walker, he's playing, right?
He's in. He was a full practice on Friday.
He's good to go.
Yeah.
We see that backfield is like always his when he's healthy. And I'm pretty sure Sharps is banged up.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's already his, but Mike, if Sharps doesn't play,
Jesus Christ. Man. All right, so I'll say this, and a lot of people won't like to hear it, but we did our dynasty quarterback tiers.
Literally last night.
In the playoffs, I'll say this: if you're down to nut cutting time, you'd rather have Joe Burrow over Kyler Murray. Though this week,
sure.
Fizz brought up a great point talking about this week is a little bit tougher. You're in the semis with Joe Burrow, and they've been such a high power just shootout offense.
But they've never been in a game script possibly where they're ahead, right?
Where they're leading from start to fucking finish. Against a division rival, a tougher defense. So. They might not actually need it. It might be a big Chase Brown game.
Yeah, definitely.
It might not be a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins type game. So I'll say even that, like with that kind of weighing on my mind, if you said Kyler and Joe Burrow were pretty equal, I get it. If you're a big Joe Burrow guy, go for it. But
yeah,
Jacobs and Kenneth Walker, in all reality, for a 2-week sprint, a fully healthy Kenneth Walker with no backfield competition. Could he come close to what Jacobs is doing?
Sure. I still would say I'll take Jacobs the way he's been balling.
Right.
However, it's not terrible to go to.
I think
to
you probably lose slightly at each spot. with the Jacobs and Burrow thing.
Yep.
But I say you make up for it a lot with just here's a rookie quarterback who, coincidentally, I got the notification this morning that the Falcons plan on releasing Kirk Cousins before March 10th when his roster bonus comes up. So they're already saying, motherfuckers, this is Michael Penix's team going forward. You just got a free rookie fucking quarterback with good weapons.
I don't feel like gloating ever has looked good on me, but damn it, Mike, I can't help myself. I just
gloat because you called this. You looked at the fucking contract details and you said it was going to be a pre-June 1st. Get the fuck out.
Yep. I mean, it feels good to hit something right.
7 fucking months ago, buddy.
Yeah.
We're talking about it in May.
Yep.
May. It was nice. There was sun.
Yeah,
I'm looking this white shit that I'm looking at.
Dude,
right
it's literally like my mom's driving over right now, and I'm worried. Like, is she gonna be fine out here? It's bad outside right now.
Fucking horrendous, man. Like the sun is glaring off the white stuff, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say it looks super nice out, but I know it's because of the reflectiveness of that fucking snow.
It is like 6 degrees out right now.
It's frozen.
It's brutal. You know the kind of shit where it snows, makes everything a mess, and then it gets super fucking cold. And it's just like it's miserable.
Now it's all gonna stay there. Just stand.
I'm done with the Midwest, bro. Like, listen, how about this? How about this for a shameless plug? Help us move this whole operation to like fucking Phoenix. All right, become a Patreon member, like, subscribe, comment on the channel. Let's blow this thing up. Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, the Midwest is. I love the Midwest until I don't every year, and it's right about now. You're like, why the fuck am I in the Midwest? You
Brutal,
know?
bro. Just
I will say, this is the big thing though. When you look at this trade, like I really believe this trade was made during the week. It feels like it was made during the week before Kenneth Walker was practicing, because like even Debro on Thursday was like, I don't expect him to play. You know,
well, that changed pretty quick, I guess. Huh? Yeah. So
right.
I mean, that's true. It's true.
If you make this trade thinking Walker's not going to play, like I feel like it makes a lot of sense. True. I feel like if you're on the side now of Mighty Rich, you probably don't even care if Kenneth Walker plays, if we're being honest. But all of a sudden, you got a gift because it wouldn't have gone your way, I think. Like if you knew Kenneth Walker was going to potentially lead the backfield for the next 2 weeks, I don't think you make the pivot quite like this with Penix involved.
That is probably the real point. We're looking at it now on a Saturday, and the last couple days have been when Kenneth Walker is going to play. So you made this on a fucking Wednesday, after Penix was already announced the starter.
You're
before
taking your medicine.
Cutting Kirk Cousins, maybe there's a little bit of feelings. You didn't know about Kenneth Walker. You're probably going like, all right, I got to do this for the semis. Now you're sitting here going, motherfucker.
Damn it. Get me out of the Midwest, You're feeling just like Mike.
On Wednesday, it felt like a pretty reasonable, good trade.
Yeah.
On Saturday morning with Mike and Adam, this feels like, fuck. What did I do?
What did I leave on the bone? But here's the thing. Even still, you can still win this trade by winning the league, right?
Maddie and I talked about this on a 4D pod when we first brought it back, about if you're a contender, you're in the playoffs, you're in a good mix. What are you doing with your draft capital, your assets? Like, when do you push them in?
Right.
And my like golden rule is I'm going to wait as long as I can. Right? I'm going to wait as long as I can. And here's the point. If you would have waited 2 more fucking days, you would have been like, I ain't doing that deal. Fuck no.
The only problem with that is if everyone else just freezes you out. And as long as you don't have completely asshole league mates, they'll typically make a deal with you at the last minute. I will say this one, like, I'll tell you straight up why this is a problem for me. I talked about diamond handing Penix. So I guess truth be told, you did. It's just you gave him up for this. Like you diamond handed him for this.
I don't know when the trade officially was made, but it was posted in the Discord last night at 8.
If you make this trade, can I say this? If you make this trade while knowing Walker potentially is going to play and have the backfield to himself, possibly, even if he doesn't, even if he splits it, we've seen when he's out there, he's the lead guy. Is the upgrade from Murray to Burrow really there? I struggle. I struggle
too for 1 week. If you're just focusing on this week, trying to get through this week. I mean, Adam, you got to do QB rankings with everything going on with this Cleveland offense.
Yeah.
How different is Kyler Murray ranked from Joe Burrow for you?
Let me pull it up for you, brother. This is awesome. Week 16 rankings. I will give you the preview, although these are technically paid rankings. The first 7 quarterbacks: Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray. They are literally 1 spot different from me in my rankings.
All right. And he just gave you some freemium.
There you go. And Mike, you know what's crazy? This is the week. If you wanted Kyler Murray for a week, when they're playing the fucking Panthers.
When they're playing the Panthers. So you're saying there's a chance.
Dude, I mean, Kyler is definitely inconsistent. I understand this pivot. I really do. It just feels extreme. I will admit, though, if you view Joe Burrow as a tier 1 quarterback, you got to pay extreme. I don't have him tier 1. I have him tier 2. But I'll at least kind of allow that preface to say.
All right, we'll allow it.
The tier ups are expensive. I want the Penix side, very much.
The funny part about that is the trade was posted. So if it was made right around the ssame time, Adam, we were literally on South Harmon Vibes talking with Fizz about Dynasty quarterback tiers and in-depth discussion of Joe Burrow and kind of fucking nuts.
That is kind of crazy. Oh, Mike, you're going to love this. Salt. getting a package of, let's call it what it is, a couple people that don't necessarily belong in the trade, Kamani Vidal and Calvin Austin. But Brock Purdy, a first and a second from Redwoods in 2026. 2026 classes got some nice pieces. Or Adam, dude, like if you make this trade 3 years ago, you absolutely clean up Redwoods. I mean, you are kicking some ass. 2021 Aaron Rodgers was a menace. So was Adams. But this is the Adams and Rodgers stack in the New York, as well as the Stafford Cup stack in L.A. I will admit, in best ball, these stacks are dangerous now. But Purdy, a first and a second, Calvin Austin, and Kamani Vidal. What side do you want here?
I like that Salt too. Just tries to like rub it into with the on the the screenshot in the Discord. There's another section that was included.
Damn, let's hear it.
Where he immediately changes Brock Purdy's nickname to just Cock Turdy. What the fuck?
Well done, Salt.
Bravo, Salt. Bravo. You're my boy, Blue. Oh, man. I think no matter how this is sliced, I'm taking the Redwood side.
I kind of agree. I mean, if you're in a rebuild, though, Mike, like if you're actually rebuilding, can you get more than this for these guys?
I mean, what'd you get? You got a mid quarterback, a first and a second.
The reality is you got to flip Purdy or try to, right? I mean, the way I look at it, though, frankly, Purdy or Rodgers right now.
Purdy.
Sure. Are you getting more than a first and a second for two of those pieces? Not three of them. Whichever two you think are most valuable. Adams, Cup, and Stafford.
You possibly could get a little more for pick two of them.
Possibly.
You can probably get a first and 2 seconds ish.
Yeah, and I think the way you got this done is like, call it what it is. A lot of teams in best ball leagues that are star 12 just don't have the assets to actually get you liquid there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that if he did or he didn't. I think right now, here's the problem for Redwood side. While I definitely agree, this is a nice trade for you. This is you get it or you don't. Like, you win the league or you lose the trade.
So I guess from my standpoint on it, you got two quarterbacks in best ball, and Stafford and Rodgers both could be done at the end of the year, or there's also a scenario where both of them are playing again in 2025. Right? Would you rather have those two assets or one Brock Purdy in any type of best ball league? Just thinking about 2025.
2025, I'll be honest, even if Rodgers plays, I'm not sure that I consider him a quarterback. He's already he's already talked about, like, look, I want to talk about change of heart for a second. All of a sudden Aaron Rodgers is willing to mentor a guy. Get the fuck out. That means he knows he's ass. He knows he's ass, okay?
God damn.
So give me Purdy still. Give me Purdy still. That's the point.
Okay.
In 2024, the win is definitely Redwood's side. My point is that in literally a calendar year, not even, right? By the season start, there's so much risk here, right? There is a ton of risk.
There's a ton, but the only thing I really gave up was first and a second, because Vidal and Austin are
Purdy.
Like nothing.
Well, Purdy's still a first, though, right?
Yeah, probably. So
and a second. Dude, even if you told me I got 2 first and a second, that's why I want to speak to that. Take Purdy's and put in a first. 2 first and a second for that package is a win.
What I mean, Cooper Kupp's not maybe a first, but for this year, late first, maybe. Adams, same thing, right?
Yeah, that's a win. Dude, 2 first and a second for that package is a win, because most people aren't going to pay a liquid first for every one of those assets up there. You know what I mean?
If Stafford and Rodgers have starting jobs in 2025, they're playing football. They're easily worth second. So now some of these picks are canceling out. You know what I mean?
But Purdy's worth more than a first to a lot of people. I'm saying he's but I'm saying you at least acknowledge it's worth a first. Most people aren't even going to give you 2 firsts for, like, if you just started cutting them out individually. Most people aren't giving you 2 firsts for the names in that package. You know what I mean? Like, on their own merit, most people aren't paying a first for Adams right now. And if they are, they're not paying a first for Adams and for Kupp. You know what I mean? Like, getting 2 firsts out of this package, I think, is actually a pretty big win because you got a lot of age up there, dude. It's hard to get off of all those aging players. I think this is especially if you don't like Purdy, if you call him Cuck Purdy, like,
Cock.
you probably Cock. Okay, even better, Cock Purdy. If you call him Cock Purdy, you probably don't love it, but I'll be honest. I think this is one of those trades where, like, if you're rebuilding at this point or you're out of the playoffs now, like maybe Salt just lost.
Yes.
You know, like, you got to do this. You got to try. Yeah. You got to try to do something, you know?
Let me just point out the fact that everybody wanted to win the shitty Expo League. Ridiculed me for QB hoarding.
You in it?
And can't know how. No, I'm not. I'm like second to last.
You're abysmal? Okay.
I got a shit ton of quarterbacks and draft picks.
And picks.
I'm not the guy who just got knocked out of the fucking playoffs and now has to trade away 4 fucking pieces for 1 Brock Turdy and some 26 picks.
Yeah, Mike, I'll tell you this. Rodgers' value in 25 to me is the reason why, like, I do this for sure. Because, to your point, he might be a starting quarterback that I'm like, we're waiting. The Cousins thing is the most glowing situation out there where he doesn't finish next year. Like, there's no way. There's no way, right?
No way. No way. He's going to do it for another 5 years. Just watch.
Dear God. I won't watch. I'll tell you what I won't watch, Mike, is that damn Netflix documentary without laughing my ass off. Have you seen?
Oh, Jesus. No,
it looks like one of these things where, Mike, I want you to think about this. As bad as he's been playing all year, he's known there's a camera crew following around everywhere. Just think about that for Christmas this year. All right.
Yikes. All right. Yikes. Big yikes.
Dynasty Best Ball. Koopa Troopa 8. Holy Santa Claus shit. Malik Neighbors for the package.
How the fuck does this get done?
Because Malik's upside isn't Jennings, and I guess you're still buying the Brees Hall.
Isn't Malik's upside? If you're best ball, all right? It's obviously a best ball league. You're a contender. Let's just assume you're wheels and deals.
Koopa, what in the hell you out here beating the brakes off of people?
Let's just assume. Let's put ourselves in the opposite of Koopa. You're a contender in a best ball league, Adam, in the semis.
Is Locke even starting this week?
I don't know.
Last I checked, it's going to be Tommy Colcuts again. Let me just see here. Oh, nope. Drew Lock is starting. Tommy DeVito is to be available in Week 16 with his concussion, but to serve as the backup.
The luster has really gone off of Brees Hall, ain't it?
Yeah. I think that's actually probably the biggest part of the deal. Like, the old Brees Hall, if you tell me Brees Hall is like playing like Gibbs is right now, for example, Mike, if this is Juwan Jennings and Gibbs, I think we look at it differently.
If this is Brees Hall at this time last year when he was like carrying people to championships?
Sure, we look at it differently.
I think we look at it much differently. The way it is now, I mean, he's like.
But the reality is, it's not that. It's Brees Hall right now.
He's kind of like Jonathan Taylor wearing green.
Not this green either, you know.
Yeah,
not Kelly Green.
Not Kelly Green. Like,
I've got him out. Mike, can I tell you the truth? I have him. I'll give you another freemium. He is just outside of my top 20 for the week. My running back 21 for the week.
This is a really crusty move in best ball. I'd say, Adam, I don't want to I'd say I probably am at like 35-40%. Like, this is the best I could do in the playoffs to do it, to try to win a championship. Yes, I would prefer if I could have got something other than Brees Hall, but a different running back, right? An actual producer.
I straight up won't do this, dude.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Nice.
No,
I be nice.
I get it. I mean, and I know, and I like this. Obviously, you want to split assets, right? Best ball principles, you know the drill. Like, I already talked about how in that Chase deal, that's a one roster in a lifetime type of a trade up that I'll be willing to make a tier up. But here's the problem, though. Is this package going to win me? Is this package putting me over the top to win a chip? Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. And even if it was, like, if you told me I had the newspaper clippings, let's go back in the OG days. I had the newspaper clippings to know that these guys are both going to smash and win me a title. That's what I would need to do. I would have to have that in writing and know it's factually going to happen. That's the only way. Because the moment that the league's over, Mike, Malik Neighbors for Jennings and Hall, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh man.
Because guess what? I have a very strong feeling Drew Lock is not the starting quarterback next year.
That's probably a good assumption.
And guess what's going to happen to Malik Neighbors' value? He won't be viewed as this damn. I got to get off of him in the playoffs. This is a masterclass trade by Koopa Troopa. I mean, you don't need warp for this. This is just a masterclass trade by him.
Let's say he could have finagled out of Koopa instead.
Okay.
Right? Instead of Breece Hall, he could have split that into Christian Watson. I mean, anything else I throw in here is going to be a fucking smash. DK.
But that's the problem. That's probably why it wouldn't happen, right?
That's why it wouldn't happen. It'd be too extreme. All right, Ray Davis.
No, it's too high or too low, probably, right? It's like no, yes, DK, yeah, fuck yeah.
It's too high or too low. Yeah, this fucking deal sucks. It sucks,
dude. Wheels, but here's the thing: if your wheels deals, you wheeled and you dealed. Now you got to go win, buddy. There's only one way to make that trade work. You got to go win.
You know who benefits is Liebert, who's also in this league, who's in, probably in the semis, I would imagine. Yes, he's definitely in the semis because he was the 2 seed. So he didn't have to play last week. He's sitting there going, yeah, fuck yeah, bud. Trade away your Malik Neighbors for
get off of him. I'd almost might prefer Malik on the week.
Yeah, go ahead, dickhead. All right,
sheesh. All right, well, imagine the Who sneaking in. We don't have that many trades, so it does make sense. Victory Road. Victory Road. Look at all these settings. Guy. 12 teams, Superflex, 2 tight end, PPR, half tight end premium. So it's a half tight end premium with 2 tight ends. 0.25 points per carry, best ball start 12. Would you trade off of Waddle and Hawk for McLaurin, Shakir, and Henry? I say yes, pretty easily. Waddle's doubtful this week. He's not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing. Hawkinson's a tight end.
Hawkinson over Henry. Like on my weekly rankings, I won't tell you all the tight end rankings because that's probably what I'd have to do to get Henry in the mix. But let me say this: I don't care.
Yeah, I think I do this.
For the record, I have Hunter Henry as a top 12 tight end this week. So
my only question was there one more that you could have finagled out of him?
I'll tell you what, Mike. Are we still not looking at Shakir the right way though?
I think he's still a little undervalued with the amount of fucking work he's getting.
I feel like this is a smash, bro. If you told me right now that I can get off of Waddle while healthy for McLaurin and Shakir, I'm doing that.
Oh, that's a big dub.
So the point is now, like the tight end life, I don't even care. Like yes, I will take Hunter Henry if you give me that big of a package upgrade. That's with a healthy Waddle, Mike. I would do this trade. I'll definitely do this while he's hurt.
Yeah.
Best ball? Goodness. Like, I might take McLaurin and Shakir in a lineup league.
I'm just thinking, though, just talking about it, best ball, this is always the thing, right? Number one, I'm asking for fab out of this guy who's out of the playoffs. Whatever the fuck you got in fab. Like, toss him my way, too.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, the art of best ball leagues. Get fab wherever you can. Because if this is done after waivers or whatever, if you do advance, you're going to want that in the championship, aren't you?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Don't leave the meat on the bone.
The fab is will always be a talking point, no question.
Could you? I mean, I'm talking like get real crusty here with it. if I'm gonna do the 2 and Jalen Waddle still has dynasty value and people like that, Hawk is back and playing pretty decent at the tight end position. You know, Hunter Henry's not a game changer value for anybody. You talked about Shakir is probably still undervalued in the community. Terry McLaurin, I think there was some meat left on the bone where it's like, buddy, toss me in fucking Kendrick Bourne too. You know what
I mean? I get it. I'll just let me just do something.
Toss
here.
me Brandon Cooks.
Mike, can I tell you what's crazy? You're gonna
Give me the fab.
I don't think you're gonna like this. Jalen Waddle and Terry McLaurin are literally wide receiver 24 and 26 on keep trade cut.
Oh, we're moving up.
So here's the point. That's a smash to trade from Waddle to McLaurin, honestly, in this league. Yeah. Like Shakir, for the record, I'm trying to find him. He's inside the top 40 now. I am with the point you're making. Like, I would have tried to finagle more. As you can see, also, it was a sent offer. The one thing I don't know, though, was this back and forth, and he was like, listen, this is it. Or did you just fire this off? Yeah, I'm always about getting more, but I'll just say I think the wide receiver upgrade you got here is tremendous. Like, goodness. We're seeing Waddle down to wide receiver 24 is probably getting close to where we actually value him. And I think if he's wide receiver 24 while hurt, this is a pretty decent package to get back. I'm with you, though. If you had any fab, throw it my way. Can you throw me a dark horse sneak in my lineup, best ball star 12? The other thing with 2 tight ends, you know what I would have been doing? Like, do you have any A-Ward bodies? Like, do you have any warm bodies at tight end, right? If I got to start 2, I'm sure he has a couple out there. That's probably my most actionable piece of advice.
Lucas Kroll.
There you go.
Brock
throwing Lucas Kroll, throwing Brock Wright, throwing a guy that might sneak in my 2 tight end league lineup. I think that would probably have been my pivot.
Or, like I said, that's why the fab, too, is just to make sure you can go out and just pick up the next Jordan Akins or whatever.
Because what if someone doesn't have Brenton Strange or Jordan Akins or whoever, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got roster spots, too. Like, Blitz is still rostered. Trey Lance, like, you're a contender at this point. Cut that motherfucker.
Yeah. I'll throw him here. Let me throw Trey Lance in the deal. See if you take him for anything.
You know, Jacoby Brissett, like, doesn't need to be on your team anymore. Malachi Corley doesn't need to be on your team anymore. You cut these dudes.
Well, I want you to see
Pick
here.
up some more tight ends.
Hunter Henry was the outside of Jamar Chase. The only person that really could have made the thumbnail was Hunter Henry, and I just wasn't going to do it. Sorry, guys. So
no Hunter Henry thumbnail. All right, good.
Not doing it. He can make all the trades if he wants, but he's not getting on the damn thumbnail with a fucking Christmas hat.
Safe.
I won't do it. Colby Parkinson, a first, a second, a third, and a fourth, all in 2026. Man, you know what this seems? You know what I'm signaling here? I'm getting a strong signal, Mike. Motherfuckers are out of their 25 picks by this time. Like these trades are all 2026s or 27s. Like nobody has 25s anymore.
One of them. We're done.
They're gone. Out. Those are way out. Would you take a first, a second, a third, and a fourth? Forget Colby, because I mean honestly, like I stand by that statement. Mike Evans, Hunter Henry, Brenton Strange, Keenan Allen. Basically, like, would you take a first for Evans, a second for Keenan, a third for Henry, a fourth for Strange?
If I'm already out of it, yeah. I don't know why you took Colby Parkinson though. Like, I don't.
I knew you would do that. That's why I don't even care if I have to cut Colby. If I keep it is free money. He is found money. You know, like.
Got him.
Dude, I feel like a second for Keenan Allen this time of year ain't happening.
No, not for most people. No.
I feel like this is a very good win for Slummo. Like Joe Sung, shout out patreon.com/South Harmon. Pretty dope community. Plus, will help you not let Slummo just rape and pillage. You know.
Yes. What? Sorry, it's the first time I've ever seen it. I was scrolling down this guy's roster on the lab, and he has a guy called Jack Plummer rostered. Might be
Not
the first
Jake.
time I've ever seen Jack Plummer.
Jack Plummer, brother of Jake Plummer. Kyler Mahomes.
His kid, actually. It might actually be his kid.
I mean, I got Mahomes in Dynasty, but in Like for the season, with the ankle, I want Kyler for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'd take Kyler there too.
But I want Mahomes still in Dynasty.
I was just saying if there was anything other than fucking Colby Parkinson, Slim No.
Jack Plummer. You could have had Jack Plummer.
Could have had Jack Plummer. Might be the same thing. Never know. The answer is no. This guy's just built to compete. Also,
Joe Sung.
plus to him, you didn't have him to begin with, but let me get this dude's 26 picks, right? I already know where the 25s are going to be, and then you look at the roster and you're like, it's kind of old and gross and could fall off here.
Maybe he doesn't make the playoffs in 26, and now we're really cooking.
There's a real strong possibility.
I have a feeling when this deal got done, the what happened in the making, Joe Sung, I think Joe Sung when this deal went down, buddy,
Joe Sung. If you're a contender, though, like in this position, are you trading that away? Mike Evans?
I don't think so.
Tight end?
I would send a first for Evans, right? Like the second nukes this deal for me. I'm not sending my second in this deal. Forget the fact that I'm also sending my third. Like I would send a first and a third for Allen. I would send a first and a third for Hunter Henry. But my second in this deal just doesn't. It kills it for me, dude.
What I don't understand is I know it's 0.75 tight end premium, but people fuck this up all the time.
2 tight ends here.
It's a lineup league,
right?
Adam.
Right.
It's a one tight end league.
Who are you starting? Yeah.
He already has Travis Kelce and T.J. Hawkinson. Like you're already fucking yourself there. Why you add?
Dude, maybe you start 4 tight ends. You just go flex tight end.
Okay, so I'm gonna move Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, Terry McLaurin. One of those dudes is going to the bench.
Well, Mike, this is
Sutton. I just got Keenan Allen. I got DeAndre. Fucking whatever.
Don't you think that's more of a finer point though, where like in general when you look at a lot of trades, like yeah, sure, there's some value here, but when you're doing lineup league evaluation of trades, what is the point of Henry and Strange?
Nothing.
Well, the point is you got off of picks for players.
You didn't have it. If you
got
didn't
off.
have it.
People do this all the time. Like I swear to God, you got off of picks for players. All right, you got rid of them. They're players now. Great.
I'm not gonna start them.
Who gives a fuck? It's players.
It's fucking nuts. All right.
I'm telling you, it's a point that I see a lot where like you look at your roster construction. The tight end point doesn't have to always be the case here. Like just look at your roster construction and you're like, why are you making this trade? Yeah. What are you benefiting from it, right?
Fuck, dude's got Jake Ferguson too. Jesus fucking Christ! All right, whatever. This is infuriating. I was gonna say on that deal,
you were gonna try to go somewhere else than Slenmo.
If this was a best ball league and I was a contender, I would do that deal. If it's a best ball league, give me the 2 A-Warp tight ends. Give me fucking Mike Evans. Give me
Sorry, Danger. Hey, Joe Son, welcome to the team. Sit your ass down.
I don't fucking get it. It's why.
How many tight ends can you start in a 0.75 tight end premium lineup? Start 11. As minimal. The answer
4.
is as well. The answer should always be as few
1.
as possible.
1.
As few as possible. If this is an all flex league, I'm not starting a one of them.
Fuck. No. That deal just.
Did you just have a hangover brain aneurysm there?
Yeah. Like my head hurts. It feels like a brain freeze when you eat too much ice cream.
I love it. I absolutely
you
love
never
it.
ate. I shouldn't say you eat too much ice cream. That never happens. You eat ice cream too fast.
Too fast, yeah.
Too
well, I
much
mean,
ice cream's not
it is. If you just had like a tiny bit, it is kind of a little bit too much, but it's definitely too fast. Pause.
Too fast.
I think Joe sung on that deal, buddy. I think Joe did some singing on that.
We had a Mellow watching live.
And
Get the fuck out of here.
Good show, dude. We got a burner account or someone hacked.
Somebody hacked this shit.
Love you, Mello.
Mello, blink twice if you're okay. Yeah, blink twice if you're okay.
Come on, Mello.
We need to call somebody. Holy shit.
Who you gonna call?
Mello.
Mello. They call me Mello Nello.
Yeah, they do.
All right,
my man.
What else you got here? What'd you think of the trades overall?
It is. I don't know of a better not only trade show, talking about it, just, I don't know about you, Adam, in your leagues, my phone all week has just been nonstop with sleeper fucking notifications. Not only trade offers coming in, or this guy
Yeah.
rejected it, or so-and-so sent you a counter, but trade has been completed, trade has been completed, like, to the point I almost got to mute the fucking notifications, because they are, in 60 fucking leagues, they keep coming. They don't keep coming right in your face. Pause.
Troy Aikman.
I don't think there's a better like description, a better like, here you go, here's a case study for why in dynasty leagues you should not have fucking trade deadlines, because it has been so fun. This week has been fucking wild. I thought last week was going to take the cake. You could really feel it ramping up. You get down to the final four and there's 8 teams in the league that go, fuck, I'm done. And there's 4 teams going like, I don't want to be done. Here you go. Anybody want 27 firsts?
Here, you know what? Here, let me give you a little banter for the last day with Kilmo. He sends me an offer. I don't want to give all the details. I'll just say what I'm getting is AJ Brown and Trey Lance. Trey Lance to me is not really helping me out.
No.
I counter back, and let me just tell you that the counter back is I add Patrick Taylor, and I need a first. This is how far off we are. Okay,
Ooh, pretty far off.
He counters back with that same package, but giving me Tank Dell instead of the first. I just let it sit. It's gonna rot. Any chance of a deal, or should I look elsewhere? I say no. He gives me the laughing emojis. Like,
is this some shit worldwide?
We're wide.
It is, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Wow. That motherfucker been pimping Take Dell to me all week. Like, nobody.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Should have came to me in August when I was a Take Dell truther.
Here's the thing, right? He's down to only having a 27 first as his like last piece of liquid value, and Tank just isn't. It's not worth much to his lineup, and it's not worth much to anybody else.
Oh, poor fella.
Well, poor Mike, fella. You know what happens? Do you know what really happens? Deals like this, because Mike, I'm gonna give Kilmo a little shout out, right? You know what hasn't happened in this deal yet? Hasn't been declined, and he thinks he has leverage, and I'll look elsewhere. Motherfucker, there's 12 people in this league. I know exactly where the leverage lies. That's the best offer you're getting, and that's the reason you haven't hit decline, my friend. It's there.
Our plus note, we're down to Matty Kiwu, Castle Black, Kilmo, and Liebert. Let's go. Shit worldwide. Let's go, man.
Shit, we're wide.
We got 2 Americans having to face off. Castle Black. I feel like this and shit worldwide. We're setting up the world championship here, literally.
It is. It's the
2
world.
Americans on one side.
It's the world title.
I don't know where the fuck Kilmo is from, but it sure as hell ain't the U.S. All right.
No. By the way.
Man's got to like PayPal me, and then I got to pay his league safe every fucking time.
I think it's because we have him. I know we have Schlumpf, like from Germany. We got listen.
And we know Liebert's from old Bert's from Canada.
Listen, I'm not the biggest DJ Khaled and all the antics, but we global. We are global.
We are global. Adam, let me ask you though, just quickly before we get out of here, just some predictions.
Okay.
College football playoff.
Okay.
Right? We got 3 games today. Clemson, Texas. Who you got?
I think I'm going to take Texas.
I think I'm going to roll with Texas too. But Clemson has been coming on strong.
I just will never be able to not be at the Pitt game where they should have fucking lost to a team with a backup quarterback that's honestly not that good.
Tennessee, Ohio State.
My heart really wants Tennessee, but I think Ohio State wins.
I don't want to see Tennessee win. I really do, because it's the SEC and fuck them. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think Ohio State takes it.
I do too. I do too. I think they win.
And then finally SMU, Penn State.
I think SMU has a good chance in that game, but I think Penn State will end up winning.
I think I like the SMU story.
Yeah.
And I hate to see Penn State win.
Yeah.
But I think Penn State's going to handle them, unfortunately.
Oh, you think it'll be ugly?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. I'm not going to say it's a blowout, but it's going to be one of those games kind of Penn State plays where they're always just
okay.
We're about to run the ball
kind of
47 times. Fuck you.
I kind of think it'll be the same where it's like I think SMU will hang around and be in the game. And I think Penn State probably ends up winning by like 10, something like that, where it gets away at the end.
Kind of like that Notre Dame Indiana game last.
There you go, similar. Yep.
Just nice stories, just definitely.
Well, the Notre Dame game though, that one, even though I turned it on once we were done with Fizzle Friday, but it felt at least like tracking it. Like Notre Dame was always kind of in the driver's seat. I feel like this game might have, or my prediction is that SMU actually feels like they're hanging around and really in the game for longer, and then at the end, it got away from them,
Which means after these 3 games are done, man, we get Arizona State, Texas, if our predictions are right.
Yeah.
We get Oregon, Ohio State rematch in the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
We get Boise versus Penn State in the Fiesta Bowl, and Notre Dame and Georgia's already set up.
I mean, I can't wait for Georgia to clap cheeks. I really can't.
Just with
Every
Gunnar
bit of
Stockton or whoever the fuck quarterback is.
It
didn't sound like they were too optimistic it was going to be Carson Beck.
No, it doesn't sound very good. Nope.
All right, there we go. College football playoff kicking off. Already kicked off. Kicking off, whatever. NFL game, under an hour. Don't forget, in case I also forgot there was a Saturday game today, Chiefs and Texans. And then we got Ravens and Steelers at afternoon game today.
We are inside of an hour from the first game. Yep.
For your lineups, for your last-minute trades, we're on the Dynasty Trade Show.
If you want anyone from those 4 teams, they got to get done today. Also, Mike.
And MJ Dukic, not right. Big gulp of water after a night of drinking. I also would really take a pride. And Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
Merry Christmas, shitheads.
Appreciate y'all.
We love you. We'll see you back here. Believe it or not, we got one more in us. We got one more trade show in us, buddy. Right before the title. The title, baby. Go buy yourself a title. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Also, speaking of, if you're around 9:30 Christmas, AMA ain't going away just because it's Christmas, all right? Holiday season doesn't cancel the South Harmon plans. We'll see you back here, same time, same place for the Dynasty Trade Show. We are out of this thing. Peace.